Hey everybody, hope you're well. Today I'm going to speak about life purpose, okay? Now, just so you haven't figured it out, our life purpose is to be happy and at peace. Now, how we get there, okay, is different for everybody. And we're in a generation, okay, right now where people are so bombarded with so many things saying this will make you happy, a big house, this car, or this or that. The media has such a, influence on us that that makes us think, oh, these things would make us happy. And a lot of people, whoever get there, eventually, from the research I've done anyway, realize that that's not the answer. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about enlightenment in another subject, because actually true happiness is in enlightenment. But that's a subject for another day. Let's just focus on this today in how you find out what your purpose is, and I will go through my own story as well. Just to shed some light on it, okay? Because I started this journey when I was 29. Okay, I got to a point in my career where I was doing financially really, really well, but I still felt empty. Okay, and I couldn't understand why. In everybody's eyes, I looked my best. Okay, financially I was doing really well. My kids were happy. Yeah, I was still empty, and I couldn't understand that. I was desirable to others as well. I was getting job offers almost every single day. I was getting, never mind, a lot of other offers, okay? But it was like, that's not what it's not what I was into, it's not what I was about. And what I realized at 29, being at quite a high salary, that money was not the answer for me. Okay, I've never been a materialistic person, so it just wasn't me. And that's when I started my journey, and I started to ask some really, really deep and strong questions in my life. And they were the questions that people probably ask in the 50s and when they're much older, but I had a life experience of probably somebody in their 50s, and so my questions at that point was like, why are we here? Where are we going? Why am I here? What's my purpose? And these are the questions that I've been seeking for the past 4 years. And you know what? Slowly, after lots of reading, lots of research, a lot of pain, a lot of psychological torture, I'm finally here in one piece and content and at peace. And it has nothing to do with the external world. But anyway, let's get back onto track about life purpose, okay? Now, life purpose is to be happy, okay? And happiness is different for everybody, because different things make people happy. What makes me happy may not make you happy. What makes you happy will make me happy. So it's different for everybody. But there are a few things that we all need in our life, okay, to make us happy. Nobody can deny that. We all want love in life. Okay? No one can say, oh, I don't want love in my life. No, I don't want it. No, I won't believe you. Every single one of us, we want love, okay? Love of our positive faith. And when I say positive, if we believe in a faith that's causing us stress and making us conflict from what we feel and what we're taught to believe, okay, that's not going to make you happy. So a positive faith that embraces love, that embraces positivity. Okay, now whatever that is for you, that's your journey. That has nothing to do, nobody can tell you that you have to find for yourself. I'm a loving family, and I know a lot of people say that they don't get on with their family, or the family haven't been supportive, and I completely understand that. I relate to that, not because I come from an unloving family. I am blessed with an amazing family, but my family have never understood me. But they still love me. I'm spoiled with love. But, I know that's not the case for a lot of people where you don't feel love. But there is also that thing about how we look at things as well. But anyway, that's another story for another day as well. So a loving family, a loving and faithful and honest partner, spouse, okay? Everybody wants a loving, honest, faithful, loving husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever. We all want that. Loving children, okay, and a loving home. Now, your home doesn't have to be a mansion. You just need a roof on top of your head, okay? And what made me ask my question was, I got to a point and I wanted to know, what do I do with the rest of my life, okay? And one of the reasons that I was asking myself that question is because I had to choose a career path, okay? And although I was studying psychology is what pushed me to ask all these questions as well. And so I needed to know what I enjoy, okay? And to find out my life purpose, there was a lot of search and a lot of questions I had to ask myself, okay? And first of all, my first question that I asked myself was, who or what was there for me when I was at my most vulnerable, okay? Now, that's not, it's not a particular time, it's throughout my entire life. So I really, really questioned that. And the answer for me was God, okay? My faith was always there for me. And now, for anybody who's studied psychology or studied, a degree or whatever, we all know by now that God is an ideology that we have in our own. Faith is it's just faith. It's something we can't touch, we can't feel. It's our own belief, okay? But for me, that was enough because my belief is what got me through. So for me, okay, I wanted to serve my faith now because it had served me throughout my hardship, throughout my critical time when I really needed someone or something, okay? So that was that. Then I had to ask myself, what were my strengths, okay? Now, this was a difficult one. I struggled with that. Everybody around me, was good at something. And there I was, Farah, who was, I was good at things, but I just didn't have the patience to carry them through because it wasn't a passion. I wasn't passionate about it. So I struggled. My friends, some of them were good at makeup. I'm 35. I still don't have the right foundation. I don't wear foundation. I have no patience for makeup, okay? Lipstick, a bit of mascara, eyeliner, and that's it. I'm done, okay? So makeup was out of the question. I had no passion about makeup. My friends, some of them were good at art, really good, and I was good at art, but I didn't want to make it into a career, okay? So some of them were good at baking, others were good at, accounts and just all sorts. I thought, okay, maths is not my great, it's not my great point. I can do my own calculation quite fast, but it's not something I wanted to do. Although I did do a accounting first year at uni, and I really did enjoy it, but I couldn't see myself sitting in an office all day, and it just wasn't me. And so that was that, and then I asked myself, where was I my most happiest, okay? So I had to think about that one. And it came to me, and I realized I was my most happiest when I am on stage. When I'm talking to loads of people and making them laugh, that's where I felt my best. So I realized, okay, speaking is what I enjoy and speaking is what I am good at, okay? Then I asked, okay, what's my strength? So my strength were people related to me, they believed me, they liked me, I was good at building rapport, and that's why I was so good at sales. So then those were my strength. And then, so then I wanted to, so all that was good. I knew I wanted to do motivational speaking. I wanted to inspire people, and all that was good. So it's like, I got those answers, but how do I do it? How do I go about it now? Anyway, so I will come back to that. Now, back to this, okay, back to this bit here, is that one thing I'm going to tell you is, when I was doing all this searching, okay, I studied all faith. I studied Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Sikhism, Buddhism. I studied everything on a basic level. And when I got my answers, looks like all the faith really say the same thing. Be kind, be good, be honest, okay? It's mankind that manipulate it and do whatever for their political reasons. Anyway, that's another story for another day. I came across something which was quite interesting when I was studying Sikhism. It was about attachment. And they teach not to be attached to your children, not to be attached to your parents, not to be attached to anything. And I thought to myself, oh God, that's quite harsh. But as I studied everything deeper, on a deeper level, I found that every faith teaches us this, not to be attached to the materialistic world. And I found that quite harsh, but I tell you, when I found the benefit of this whole thing, of why they say you shouldn't be attached to anything, is when my son turned 14, and he decided that he wants to go and live with his father, and he wants to be with his paternal grandparents. And it hit me. And, he was arguing with me every day, Mum, I want to go and live there, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. And I let him go. I said, fine, go. It broke my heart into a million pieces, but I let him go. But that was a wake-up call. That was my first boom, okay? In the sense that, oh my God, I'm devoting my life to these children, and today he's turned around and he doesn't want to be here. And, it was a shock for me. But I tell you what, I looked at it in a positive way, because I thought to myself, okay, this is a positive thing, because I'm still relatively young, and I need to focus on myself. Then I started to ask myself, who is Farah? What does she like? What does she want? And you know what? It was so difficult to find those answers, because I got married so young, and all I've known is to be a wife, a mother, a daughter-in-law, a sister-in-law, a sister. I didn't know anything else. So I didn't have any likes and dislikes. I had my ethics and morals, which I lived by. But that was it. I never questioned, what do I want out of life? Okay, so that's when I was asking myself these questions about what I wanted, and so the attachment thing was quite good. And so what I'm going to say to you is, always remember this, okay? Do not be attached to your purpose. It should be the other way around. Your purpose doesn't make you. You make your purpose, okay? So always work from in outwards and not out from inwards. Most people work from out from inwards, so they think, if I have this car, I'll be happy. If I have this house, I'll be happy. If I have that man, that woman, that, those children, or those things. So they work from outwards and they think that will make them happy. No, you need to find peace within first. And that's called enlightenment. So that's a subject for another day. So, I will talk about that on another day. But today, back to your purpose. It's that, make sure that your purpose, okay, when you're thinking about your purpose, that it's coming from love, okay, and not fear. So what that means is, most people who go for money, and especially men, I do feel for them. They have this pressure from society where they have to be successful, okay? Because they're the one who has to provide for the children, they're the one who has to buy the house, and they have that pressure of, if they want a successful, attractive woman, they need to be financially successful. Okay, and this is what I'm trying to teach my son now, is that we're in the 20th century. You don't need to think about being financially successful, because so many men do that, and they get to midlife and they have a crisis because they realize that they haven't lived life. They haven't done what they are passionate about, and most of them don't even know what their passion is. Okay, so anyway, so what I will say is, don't go for money. Go for things that you enjoy and you're good at. And how you find that out, I'll give you a tip. I'll tell you in a bit. Okay. So anyway, so make sure your passion is from a loving source and not from a fear based. And also make sure when you're for me, I found that my purpose, okay, had to do with, if your purpose comes from serving your ego, okay, you'll never be fulfilled, because the ego is of such nature, it's never happy. It's always going to say you're not good enough, you don't have enough, you're worthless, and a lot of other stuff. A bruised ego, a broken ego that's what it's always going to say to you. But if you're content and you're full and you're coming from love, okay, it's a whole different story. Now, so the drive behind your purpose, okay. So the drive behind your purpose needs to come from a loving source, like I said earlier, and make sure that it's selfless and not selfish. Okay, and you are serving your soul or your emotional self, and not your ego. So serving is one of the keys in your purpose, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so let me give you the steps of how to find out what your life purpose is. I don't know what's happening with my laptop. It's just the lights keep going down. So the 5 important things to find out, to discover your life purpose, okay? First of all, first one is who are you? Now you have to ask yourself that. For me, after a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of, heartache and torture and emotional torture, I found out, for me, I'm just a creation of the Creator. That's my most important identity for myself. That's who I am. Not the degree I'm studying, not the job I do, not the clothes I wear, not my look, that's not for me. Being a creation of my Creator is my identity. That's my personal choice. For you can be, whoever you are, Tom, Jason, Mary, your father's daughter, son, whatever. That's fine. That's for you to decide. Okay. Number 2. Okay. What do you do best and enjoy? So, like I said, my journey was, I found out that I was good at, I was really good at speaking, and I enjoyed it. Okay. Who you serve. Okay. Now that's a good one. So, what the people I'm serving, okay, so for me, who I'm serving, I'm serving God, okay, so I want to spread enlightenment, okay, I want to spread the love of God, and that's my message, okay, and what your people want from you. So now this is when I said, make sure you're selfless in your purpose. So every successful business, okay, is all about serving their people, their customer. It's always about the other. It's never about what do I get out of this, okay? It's always about how do I make my customers happy? How do I make my people happy, okay? So what do they want and how do they change, okay? How does your service change people, okay? So for me, I'm hoping that whatever service I give, motivational speaking, enlightenment, whatever the stuff I speak about, it expands everybody's knowledge a bit more. That's how, hopefully, I'm hoping it will change people, okay? And what you get out of it, okay? So what I get out of it is, for me, as I share all this with you, it lightens my own pain, it lightens my own burden, and also I'm doing stuff I enjoy. I am talking about things that I am passionate about. So that's what I get out of it, okay? Now, this formulation is really, really powerful, because out of the 5, okay, 2 are only, well, it's not even 2 about yourself. It's 1.5 is really about yourself, okay? So it's a very outward facing, and it's not inward facing, okay? So, and like I said earlier, most successful businesses, it's all about serving, always about service. How does my service make a difference? Now, what I'm going to say to everybody is, when you're trying to find out what your life purpose is, okay, just ask yourself these questions, these 5 questions, okay? Who am I? What do I do best and I enjoy? Who I serve? What do my people want from me, and what do I get out of it? Okay. Now, you could be good at baking, you could be good at cooking, makeup, henna. You could enjoy maths, you could enjoy car. Anything you do, whatever you enjoy, okay, it is going to be what you're good at. My daughter's good at history and she loves it, so that's what she's going after. So that's it. I love talking. As you can see, I can talk for the entire universe. So, but I have to talk about things I am passionate about. I can't just talk about quantum physics all day, because that would kind of bore me maybe, but because I'm not good at it. But I'm good at life, so I enjoy talking about life. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say one last thing is, for me, I want to spend my life spreading goodness, godness, and serving God and mankind, okay? Because we are all a part of whatever you call it. You can call him God, you can call him energy, you can call him the universe, whatever it is. This recording, all this I'm doing is because of that, okay? Anyway, I hope this was useful. Love you all, and have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Take care. Bye. Mwah.